Dirgha Pranayam translates to mean three-part or complete or yogic breath. Generally, we use Ujjayi Pranayam to facilitate Dirgha Pranayam, as Ujjayi Pranayam enables us to slow the breathing enough to articulate it into three parts, into the fullness of the torso. This is a great practice before resting in Shavasana or to aid insomnia. By focusing the anxious or overactive mind on the subtlety of the breath, the mind is calmed and your whole being can be at ease. By learning how to fill and empty the body slowly and steadily and to open pockets of the torso to receive the breath, your breathing or lung capacity is increased. Be aware of any tendency to force or make the breath happen. Use your hands on the outside to feel for expansion in the belly, ribs, and upper chest, neck area, and use your ears to maintain a steady stream of breath in and out, but don't push or pull. You can do this sitting upright in a comfortably tall seat. However, at the start, the best way to focus on just the breathing without being distracted by any issues in the body is to find a warm and comfortable lying down posture. Then rest one of your hands on your belly, your low belly, so that your thumb is about level with your belly button. Tune into that lowest part of your belly. Notice when you relax, your breath may have already started to drop down into your belly. If it hasn't, then begin to focus your breath down there. We're playing now with that ocean-sounding breath, so the body is relaxed. It's the breath that's active. If you feel you can close your eyes, great, close your eyes. If not, soften your gaze and turn your attention inside, letting your jaw relax. And breathing down into your hand so that on the inhale you feel your belly rise and fill your hand, and your hand lifts a little bit. And then on the exhale you can feel your belly empty and the hand drop back down towards your spine, towards the floor. So with those two tools, your ears listening to the sound of the breath and your hand feeling the action of the breath, begin now to lengthen your breathing. You may also need to use your mind to stay focused on this. So if you find you're tired or your mind is busy, then count your breath. How long does it take for the belly to fill? And how long does it take for the belly to empty? Is that count the same? Inhale to exhale? If your breath is really short and shallow, play now with lengthening it. Using that count not only to start to balance the inhale with the exhale so they're the same count, but also to move the inhale and the exhale a little bit longer. So by narrowing the throat, you give yourself more time, breathing in and out through your nose as best you can. Think of those auditory cues that help you find the sound. Wind in a tunnel, the ocean in a shell, a gentle Darth Vader. Even though your hand is on your front body, see if you can sense, especially with the inhale, that the back and the sides of the low torso also expand. If the low back is an area of concern for you, then think of inhaling into it, creating more space between the vertebrae of your spine. Keeping this focus of breathing right down into the lowest part of your torso, into your belly and your low back. Now bring your hands up so that you have one palm on each set of ribs with your middle fingertips touching at the end of your exhale. So if you're a woman, you're just below your bra line, your palms flat on your ribs. You might have to walk your elbows a little bit wider. And when you exhale and you've emptied the body, find where your middle fingertips touch. Then when you inhale, allow the belly and the low back to expand and continue to expand and take breath in until your ribs expand, from the lowest ribs upwards, feeling potentially how your middle fingertips separate. Then when you exhale, release through your ribs, feeling how your hands get closer together again, and allow the belly to drop back down. So the belly in this breathing practice becomes the first to rise, to expand and receive the breath, and the last to release it, inhaling and filling all the way down into your belly, your low back, and up into your ribs, and exhaling and releasing from the ribs back down to the belly. So you're working with Ujjayi Pranayam, ocean-sounding, victorious breath. And we're using that to create Dirgha Pranayam, which is complete or three-part breath. So starting in the belly, low back, is the first part. Second part is into the ribs. Keeping this going, noticing not only the front of the ribs where your hands rest, but also the side ribs opening out towards your arms and your back ribs pressing into the ground. We're working with stretching open the breathing muscles, the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles between the ribs, the abdominal muscles. Starting to move your attention upwards from here. So still inhaling into the lowest part of the torso and building the breath up into the ribs. Coming now all the way up towards the collarbones. So you may want to bring your hand there onto your collarbones or your neck or shoulders to see if you can feel the lift of the inhale under those bony structures. And this is the third part. So as you inhale and fill into the lowest part of the torso, into the pelvic floor, belly, low back, and then into the low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, and then all the way up under the collarbones, neck, and under the shoulder blades. As you exhale, release from there, from the upper mantle, shoulders and neck, down through the ribs, down to the belly. And take a few more breaths here, either allowing your hands to remain where they are, or if you want to reconnect with your belly or bring a hand to the low back or bring your hand to some other area of the torso that helps you be with the breath, then do that. Finding your pace, listening and feeling with your hands that the inhale and the exhale are starting to match each other in terms of their length and their tonal quality in the throat. Somewhere in the next few breaths, allow your arms to release down by your sides, turning your palms up as you lengthen your arms. And as you stretch your fingers away from your head, feel how your shoulders slide underneath you. They become more a part of your back and less a part of your neck. Relax your hands, relax your arms. And if you're still consciously breathing Ujjayi and Dirgha Pranayams, then let those go. Next time you exhale, quit breathing and see what happens. Stay tuned into the breath, even though you're not doing it. Dropping your attention down towards your belly, where your breath tends to drop when you let it go. Dropping any doing in the body, so the body is heavy and relaxed, and the breath is soft and easy. You might notice your mind more in the stillness of the body and the breath. So if it becomes apparent to you that your mind is busy or not present, reconnect with your belly, as though you could gently, without strain, look down, eyes still closed, but taking your mind's eye down towards your belly, seeing your breath happening there, using your breath as a bridge between the mind and the body to bring you into the moment, letting go of everything else. The mind might be particularly persistent or active, so this posture requires a great deal of trust, trusting that there is nothing else for you to do right now. There is nothing else you need to do. You've already carved out this time for yourself. The practice is to be present. Bring your attention into your breath if you've lost track of that. Reconnecting with your breath in your belly, allow your body to stay as relaxed as it's become, and deepen your breathing. Feel the belly expand again. Let each breath in the next few breaths get a little bit bigger with the inhale, creating a little bit more space in the body. Letting go a little bit more fully on the exhale, so that you're drawing some energy, some prana into the body with each breath, that the body can then use to come out of stillness and back into some movement, but consciously. So somewhere in the next few breaths, as your breath deepens, expands, opens into the torso, take an easy stretch through your legs and through your arms, reaching your arms up overhead. And as you find a deeper breath and you extend the energy of the breath into your arms and legs, lengthen your fingers away from your toes as though somebody's pulling you in a good way, a way that feels good to your body, to your joints, to your spine. Then roll over to your right side, allowing your head to rest on your arm or on the ground. Pause there on your right side with your knees a little bit bent, head heavy. Use your left hand in front of you to help you come up, so you're not hoisting yourself up by your head or your neck. And as you push the ground away and you uncurl from your right side up to sitting, find a comfortable sitting posture for you so that your spine is tall, you have room for the breath and the lungs. And when you're upright, if you've lost the breath in the transition, bring it back in. And this next time that you inhale, lift your arms up overhead and bring your palms together above your head. And as you exhale, bring your hands down along your center to your heart, acknowledging yourself for being present in your practice, in your body, with your breath. And if you practiced with anyone else, acknowledging them as well. Namaste.